As Nigeria approaches the May 29th inauguration date of the nation's new first citizen, there are increased speculations on plots to foist an interim central government. In line with those fears, Nigeria's Secret Police, the Department of State Services, DSS, issued a statement confirming plans by some elements to create an interim government. The service further said it uncovered plans by those plotters to sponsor riots and obtain frivolous court injunctions to sabotage efforts to swear in a new administration. In order to address this pressing national issue, a pressure group, Arewa New Agenda (ANA), organized a press briefing to examine the challenge while providing solutions to it. Addressing journalists at the event, the convener, Senator Ahmad Abubakar Mo Alayiri, advised aggrieved politicians to seek lawful means of reclaiming their mandate as he commended those already toeing that path. He also charged relevant authorities not to be shy of using constitutional means to tackle insurrection in the country.
Aggrieved politicians who have taken their grievances to court or are preparing to do so are following the laudable constitutional path of ventilating grievances. Those seeking to disrupt the constitutional order and transition schedule as alleged by the DSS are enemies of public good, toeing the path of conflict. We call on them to retreat their steps and embrace the constitutional and lawful means of addressing election disputes. We also wish to state here that relevant authorities have a constitutional responsibility to go beyond warning those trying to cause insurrection in the country to act decisively to deal with any threat to peace and unity if they have credible evidence of a plot to subvert the Constitution. Such plots are reasonable and seditious. They should be so seen and treated by the authorities vested with power to deal with them.
Senator Mo Alayiri also tasked his compatriots to eschew bigotry and support the government to combat elements that are bent on frustrating efforts to sustain Nigeria's democracy.
We call on all Nigerians to close ranks, support the authorities and security apparatus, to rid our country of elements that are willing to truncate our hard-earned democratic culture of seeking growth and development. We urge Nigerians to report any such subversive activity of unpatriotic elements in our midst for the sake of our continued national growth.
The Arewa New Agenda (ANA) is a forum of northern professionals, artisans, and development practitioners that spearheads a northern renaissance in conjunction with elders, youth, women, and individuals of like minds. Following the outcome of the 2023 presidential polls that saw Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerge as Nigeria's president-elect, observers expect the country to stage the inauguration of its new president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces in May without disruption, despite ongoing speculations. In Abuja, Nigeria's capital, Abiodun Mohammed, Top Accolade News.